They've been making potato bread in Ireland for hundreds of years. This recipe takes elements of French brioche, Italian focaccia, and brings the potato bread to a restaurant quality standard. First up is the potato. Now, I've used rooster potatoes, which I've baked on a bed of salt. The reason for that is I want them to go nice and crispy on the outside and to pull out all that moisture from the inside so we get a lovely dry pulp. We're going to take the pulp out of the middle. At this point, and using a ricer, I'm going to go in with 120 grams of dry mashed potato. Then what I do with the skins is I put them back on a tray in the oven, roast them for about 15 minutes till they go golden brown, then I leave them in there with the oven off so they go nice and dry. I then blitz them up to a very fine powder, which you have here. And we're going to use that at the very end when the dough comes out of the oven, and we can dust it in our baked potato skin. Now with the pulp, we're going to bring it over here and start making the dough. Now in on top of our potato pulp, we go with the dry ingredients. Some strong flour, sugar, a good amount of sea salt. This is quite a savoury dough. And then some fast action yeast. Gives a lovely light finish in this dough. Bring it all together. And when the yeast is mixed through the dough, I'm going to go in here with some Parmesan water. This is just some water, milk, and a little bit of crumbled up Parmesan cheese, which I've just warmed gently. At this point, we're going to go in with our eggs. When the mixer goes down, we're going to blend it for about 5 minutes using the dough hook until a loose dough comes together. After 5 minutes, a really nice dough starts to come together where it's just falling off the hook. At this point, we add in our softened butter. Stick the mixer back on, and we leave it for about 10 minutes until a lovely glossy dough is formed. Okay. Now it is quite wet, so don't be afraid of that. That means we're going to end up with a really light bread at the end. Before it goes into this bowl, just give it a little light dressing and then scrape out that dough. Let it just fall off. I'm just going to get some cling film on top of the bowl and we'll leave it in a warm place to double in size. It takes about an hour and the dough will have doubled in size with a nice dome on top. It's quite light. At this point, we're going to knock it back down again. Just dust the board with a little bit of flour. And I'm literally just using my hands for this. And you'll see all those air pockets in the dough. And it's gone nice and light and airy. So just using the back of my hands, I just pat it, making that little sound. Try and keep that circular shape if you can. And then I bring in a baking tray or a bowl, which I've heavily brushed with butter. So that butter is going to loosen as it bakes off. It's going to make it nice and golden brown on the outside. Take my dough, straight in. Again, just pat it down when it's in there, just to fill out all the edges. Then, using my cling film again, just lay it right on top. Loosen it out slightly. So if the dough rises up above the level, it won't be thwarted by the cling film. And then back to a warm place to double in size. Now, proved again. I realize this is in a different dish, but I couldn't afford to buy two of the same just for the purpose of the shoot, and I wanted to serve it in this beautiful cast iron. So there's the dough, ready to go. It's lovely and wobbly if you see that, so really, really light. At this point, we're going to treat it like a focaccia. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our finger and poke a good few holes in the dough. We've added the potato to a brioche-style dough. We've poked it like a focaccia dough, and now we're going to fill it with some more Irish ingredients. Here, I have some sour cream, which is just flavoured with lemon juice and salt, and we're going to fill the base of the holes with this. Next, I'm going to add some knobs of beautiful salted butter. These are going to melt as the dough bakes, fill all those holes, and make it really, really delicious. That's it for the moment. Now it goes into the oven at 190 degrees for about 15 minutes. While the bread is baking, I'm just going to make some brown butter and chop some chives to finish it off. Smells like baked potato. Just to finish it off, in case it didn't have enough, I'm gonna brush it with a little bit of our brown butter and our baked potato powder. There you have it. Slice and serve to share in the middle of the table. Baked potato bread.